Hi, I'm Nancy Cates. I produced and directed Regarding Susan Sontag, which is a feature film about the life and work of Susan Sontag. Well, Sontag died at the end of 2004, and I had the idea a few months later, and I thought I was saddened that her voice had gone out of the world when she died. She was 71, and I thought it would be nice to make a film particularly for the people who didn't know a lot about her, but also for those who did, but who maybe had forgotten some of the salient information. And then there were lots of things that no one knew about her. We found pictures of her at the age of 3. And Sontag was one of these people who, pretended that she didn't have a childhood, that she kind of arrived fully formed at the age of 30 in New York City, Shazam. But in actuality, like everyone else, she had a childhood. So it was fun to dig things up about her. But I also had this sense that if I didn't make a film about her, somebody else would, and I should get there first. And it took 8 years to make the film, so it wasn't that quick, but, I guess I was first. And it wasn't that she was gay, but that was part of what was interesting about her. She was closeted. She had a lot of girlfriends, and a lot of them were in the film, but again, her life was complicated, and her lesbianism is really only part of the story. Well, we premiered the film in April at the Tribeca Film Festival, where it won a special jury mention. It's been kind of extraordinary. I mean, I've been in something like 4 or 5 countries with it already since April. I've kind of forgotten, okay, England, Norway, Germany. I guess some of it have been without me. But we just won an award in Copenhagen yesterday. I wasn't there. They were demanding that I send them something. Anyway, it's been in a lot of festivals. The reception of the film has been extraordinary, and I'm very grateful for that. It will be broadcast starting on December 8th on HBO, so I hope everyone will tune in or get their friends who have HBO to tape it for them or something. The first grant I got for this film was from the Horizons Foundation, which funds LGBT projects in the community in San Francisco. They also, I think, gave me the first grant for Brother Outsider, my film about Bayard Rustin that I completed in 2004. So I feel sometimes people think, oh, well, these small grants from gay funders may not make a difference, but they actually really do. And so I'm in this funny position now. I give money to the Horizons Foundation too. They give money to me and my projects, and they've given me something like 4 grants, but I try to support them as well because, I mean, obviously they gave me more money than I give them, but it's really fantastic, and they fund all kinds of projects in the gay community in the Bay Area. And then we've gone on to have money from the National Endowment for the Arts and the National Endowment for the Humanities and very large grants. And we sold the film to HBO. So we did not actually do a crowdfunding campaign for this film. I kind of wish we had, but it's an enormous amount of work, so we never did that. We do use social media. It's kind of hard if you're a middle-aged filmmaker to suddenly learn all these new tricks, but we're on Facebook and Twitter, and I think we're on Tumblr, but I don't get involved in Tumblr. I've gotten as far as after saying I'm not going to tweet, I refuse to tweet, I do Twitter. I just feel like there aren't enough hours in the day for all these things, but it is kind of fun to talk about my travels with the film on Facebook, and people like the pictures from this festival or that festival. We also have a website, sontagfilm.org. We hope people will go there and hopefully contribute money to the film, which is tax deductible, and see what we're up to. And we haven't launched it yet, but we're going to have a sort of interactive area of the website where people can talk about what Susan Sontag meant to them, or means to them, or how they responded to the film, which is kind of fun. So I am, slowly dragging myself into the 21st century with the social media. But it is hard if you're a filmmaker. You're supposed to know how to raise money and direct and edit and have a great aesthetic, and then you're also supposed to be good at Twitter. And I'm like, enough already. Well, I think that Susan Sontag was a serious person, and I think sometimes the way that lesbians interact in social media or in the media in general is a little more fluffy, but I think this is a film for the less fluffy end of the lesbian community, and I think we can celebrate her as the serious person that she was and have fun doing that. So thank you.